Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. So friends, in this video we will have our discussion for the yearly horoscope theme and the prominent dates for the Taurus rising natives. So friends, the way I am approaching the new year planning part or the analysis part is that we already have had our discussion on the movement of the slow moving planets, karmic planets, that how they are going to be influencing you this year. And we have also talked about that based on the Vedic Panchang, which planet happened to be the king and the minister of this year. In this second part, I will just share some important dates with you, that let's say for example, if you are a kind of person who wants to enter a new year with a proper planning in place. Okay, in this month I will plan to buy a new car. In this month I will talk to my bosses regarding my promotion prospects. So if you know about the prominent dates when some important yogas getting formed in your natal chart, so it will help you, it will provide to be very helpful. And then afterwards friends, based on the participation, and if I feel that I need to make one comprehensive elaborative final video for this year for all the Lagna, I will consider that. So okay friends, now without any further ado, we will start our discussion. So let's first have a brief revision of what we discussed in the last video. So friends, being a Taurus Lagna, in your case, Jupiter this year, the summary is that Jupiter is going to be moving from your second house, third house and the fourth house. If I were to say, this is a very auspicious movement of the planet Jupiter. Jupiter in itself is a planet of blessing. Like all those work which gets initiated in your life purely because of the blessing, because of the grace, because of the kripa. I'm telling you, your Yoga-karak planet is Saturn in itself. If you feel that whatever is happening in your life, all those people who are in your life, all of that happened because of your own efforts, because of your own planning or strategy. So I would say that your soul is still not evolved. There are like many higher vibrations which are doing their part, and a lot of the people who have achieved more than their capabilities, they all have admitted the hand and the power of the divine for making things work in their favor. So the point which I'm trying to say, that Jupiter's movement in the transit is always very important, and for any domestic event to happen in your life, second house, fourth house are the prominent houses of the domestic life, family life, material possession, buying a property, buying a land, the whole family getting together to celebrate something. All of that happen. So Jupiter's movement is promising that. Now friends, talking about from the Saturn's point of view. So this whole year, Saturn being your Yoga-karak planet is going to be strengthened, empowered in your 11th house. And Saturn being in the Uttar Bhadrapada in itself means that the right guidance, right wisdom, maturity can take you to many places. And friends, Saturn, which is a slow moving planet, Saturn will again come back in this house only after next 28 years. So that means this year you have to put forth your best efforts for initiation of some important lifetime events. Like either this could be a case that you will achieve something very great, or you have to be mindful, you have to be very confident and well planned that you are sowing seeds for something which will reap in future, but there has to be some investment in your life goals, which Saturn will support you over there. And lastly friends, when we talk about from the Rahu and Ketu, the nodal shift, I always say that Jupiter is blessing, Saturn is karma, but the shift in the destiny, the prarabdha, generally happens because of the Rahu and Ketu. So Rahu and Ketu are going to be now shifting from your 10th and the 4th house axis, and now they are going to be entering your 9th house and the 3rd house axis. So let's say for example, in the last 18 months when Ketu was there in your 4th house, you have not moved your place, your residence area. So I would say that Ketu has been kind to you, because Ketu has this capacity to uproot people from their comfort zone. And Rahu in the 10th house, so it actually gives a lot of the attention, limelight, fame prospects, some sort of conspiracy around your professional life. But now with this excess, Rahu in the 9th house will give you many chance of fortune awakening. with the support of the foreign people, foreign culture, like philosophical understanding of the life will generally happen, and many people will be inclined towards taking up some tech courses as well. So okay friends, now after this note we will look at the important months and the dates when planets are going to be perfectly aligned for you. So friends, starting first with the start of the year, because many astrologers also give attention to the, like for example, what is the planetary alignments on the date of the Chaitra Shukla Pratipada, our Hindu New Year day. So based on that they make predictions. Some astrologers make prediction on the basis of the Mesh Sankranti, when sun transit the Aries right on that day. So same is the way as per the English calendar as well, the planetary alignments with which you will start the day definitely has an impact. So you are going to have a start with many planets being concentrated in your 8th house. Mars is going to be there, Sun is going to be there, Mercury, your ascendant lord Venus, they all are going to be packed in your 8th house. So that in itself tells about that you will start the year with many spiritual goals and plans for self transformation. Now friends, second date which you can mark in your calendar is of January 16th. So on January 16th, Mars, which happened to be your 7th lord, your 12th lord, is going to get conjunct with Sun in the 9th house. But the most important thing is that Mars is going to get exalted in your 9th house. So friends, this is going to be a very good yoga, like for promotion prospects, success in the visa immigration process, matrimonial success, like if you are on a lookout for a partner, especially you are an arranged marriage seeker with your 7th lord exalted in the 9th house and Jupiter being already there in the 2nd house. Generally people who find a match because of the arranged marriage, family, relative playing an important role, 2nd house, 4th house, 9th house plays a very significant role in those charts. So I would say that yes, your 7th lord getting exalted in the 9th house, bhagya will be very strong, luck, fortune will be very strong, especially in the commercial matters, business matters, matters of your public image and the marriage related concerns. So mark this date on your calendar, January 16th, and the caption which I have written for you, that fortune favors the bold. Now friends, on February 23rd, you can mark this date. This is going to be the time when Mars, Sun and Rahu, they are going to be conjunct in your 10th house. So see, I will not get into the vulnerable part of this because I'm sure that if you know astrology, you will follow the precautions to remove the possibility of the negative event. The only reason we follow all these kind of content is that we can utilize any transit in our favor. So I mean to say, Mars, Sun and Rahu combination in the 10th house is a power pack combination of the attainment of position. Like too much thrust, energy, power goes in the enhancement of your public image and reputation. You're planning to launch something, you're planning to release something, you have an interview scheduled on this day, you are like having that mega launch or release of any of your product line, so stars will support you. I always say this thing, that Rahu is the significator of attention, mass attention, because Mars in your case is the 7th lord, the lord of your business, again public dealing. Sun in your case is your like 4th house lord, again the public, masses, limelight. So it's going to be very supportive time, especially for the launch or release of something, or for hoping for consideration for some important role like job title, promotion. Now friends, March, in the month of the March, two dates which you have to mark. March 2nd, when your ascendant lord will get exalted. Now I would say that for the Taurus Lagna natives, this is one of the very best placement of their ascendant lord. So I also made a video on this topic once, that okay, based on your Lagna, what house will give you maximum fulfillment. That is all on the basis of that in which house your ascendant lord gets exalted. So for example, in my case, if I'm Aries rising, my ascendant lord gets exalted in the 10th house. So my maximum growth potential will always be in the matters of the 10th house, that I'm always like putting efforts and focused regarding my duties. Same is the case in your case. The Taurus Lagna natives have to be always very much focused towards their higher goals, higher fulfillment. You cannot just move in life or move on with life or enter from one year after another year without having a clear set goals. So that's example and story of the carrot and stick is very much applicable in your case, that you need to be moving with the life in the life with a clear set goals. This could be yearly goals, quarterly goals, but you need to have those things. So friends, on March 2nd your ascendant lord will get exalted in your 11th house. So that in itself is a good yoga for promotion, some major wish fulfillment, the vibe of celebration in the family matters. So, and we generally say 11th house also gives popularity and the fame as well. So that is going to be very strong, March 2nd. And the second important date in this month for you is March 11th, when Jupiter will be direct in your second house. So friends, Taurus Lagna natives are actually very much blessed right now, that if you are in that stage where you have to initiate some lifetime event in your life. Lifetime event, we say buying an apartment. If you are from that middle class where buying your one apartment is like a lifetime dream. So that could materialize, getting married, planning a child, starting fresh in a new country. So because second house and 11th house, both are the houses of the finances, values, our life goals, the mission you have in your life, to things you want to achieve. And if Jupiter is there in one house, Saturn is there in one house, what could be the other alternative for the best combination? So friends, I would say, because when a planet is retrograde, somehow planet is more inclined towards fixing up or finishing up the pending things from the past. When the planet will be in the direct motion, it will start giving you a blessing and start initiating some new matters of celebration in your life. So Jupiter being direct in your second house, so for many people this is going to be the time when Jupiter will bless you with a new source of income, addition of a new member in the family, some celebration in the family. All of that can be anticipated. So finances will spike in the month of the March. If you are in business, some growth potential. If you are in service, chances of promotion. So all of that is possible. Now friends, the next date which you have to be aware of, you have to mark in your calendar, is March 15th as well. On March 15th, Sun, Saturn and Venus are going to be conjunct in the Pisces. So again friends, this is going to be a very auspicious time. Saturn in your case is like your Yog Karak planet. It is your lord of the house of the fortune and your career endeavors. In your case, Sun happened to be your fourth lord as well. So for many people, this is going to be the time of this could be a promotion, this could be a transfer, this could be buying a property, you want to sell a property, you might get a very good deal for that as well. If you are connected with politics, this is going to be the time when you will be trusted for some important portfolio, important like designation. So all of that can happen because of the conjunction of Sun, Saturn and Venus in your 11th house. One thing is for sure, this is going to be the timeline of gains of your assets on March 15th. Now friends, when we talk about the April 2nd, so on April 2nd, it's going to be very important for you. You can mark it in your calendar. Mars and Saturn conjunction will happen in your 11th house. So friends, Mars in your case happened to be your 7th lord. We generally say that the 7th lord, when it will transit to the 11th house, this is the time when your wishes connected with the matters of that house, like 7th house, get fulfilled. And friends, you do not have to worry about Saturn being placed over there in that house. See, the thing is, in whichever house Saturn is placed, we generally say whenever planets are transiting and making any combination conjunction with Saturn in that house, we tend to get benefited with the long-term vision connected to the matters of that house. So that means what could be the long-term vision connected with the 7th house? Obviously marriage, finding a partner for the life, or starting a business which will keep on giving you fulfillment, gains, profits throughout your life. like many people want to start the business and make it so successful that they want to leave a legacy or give it as a inheritance to their children as well. So I mean to say, 7th lord transiting from the 11th house, and Saturn is already being placed over there, so it is going to be supportive sign for you. And obviously if you are working in the fields of like weapons, technology, tech driven stuff, you are a pioneer in your line of work, so then also it is going to be supportive time for you. So friends, you can mark that in your like calendar. April 2nd, Mars Saturn conjunction in the 11th house, wish fulfillment in the fields of the business, job and marriage. Now friends, the next date you have to mark in your calendar is April 19th. So on April 19th, Venus is going to be strengthened in the Taurus. So we know this thing, that ascendant lord strengthened in the first house, that in itself tells about rise in the status and gains of material things. See, even if like for the Aries Lagna, if the ascendant lord is getting strengthened in the first house in itself, it's for the Capricorn Lagna, ascendant lord Saturn is getting strengthened in the first house. So that means planet is in its purest essence. You can expect gains and things connected with that planet and that zodiac sign. And when we talk about Taurus, we talk about Venus. What is the overlapping things which comes to mind? Money, wealth, finances, assets. So I would say that you will get the chance for that. And Venus being strengthened, empowered in the first house, that also tells about that your charm, the personal charm is going to be very strong. Like you will automatically, like there's going to be that hypnotic attraction, magnetic attraction, which will attract many opportunities, many people towards you. So friends, that is with April 19th, you can mark it in your calendar. Now friends, the next date and the month is the month of the May. In the month of the May, Mars and Sun are going to be transiting in your 12th house. So it's just not like ordinary transit, because in your 12th house there is Aries sign. So Mars is placed in its own sign and Sun gets exalted over there. So that means that this is going to be the time around the May 11th where you can expect success in the foreign affairs, in the foreign matters. This is going to be the time when life will give you many opportunities for foreign investments and like doing something very strong, very potent in the realms of the charity, spirituality and all. See friends, even everyone wants that if you are that evolved, that God grant me that much wealth, that much money, that not only I am able to feed my family, do good for myself, but also enrich my soul through doing some good charities and all. So these are the combinations and the transit where life give you that opportunity. Obviously friends, you can only think about charity, donation, building a temple, a mosque or a gurudwara only when you have enough money, surplus money. So I mean to say, this is going to be a very good time. This could be for success in the foreign affairs or a breakthrough in the research, foreign settlement, or doing something good in the spiritual realm as well. Now friends, the next date you have to mark is June 1st. So on June 1st, Jupiter is going to get exalted in your 3rd house. So friends, although we say that with Jupiter, 3rd house is the Marnakaraka Avastha, but even for that we have to take into consideration the role of the planet for that Lagna and the house in consideration. 3rd house is, because it is 8th from the 8th, it is mild malefic. Jupiter is not a good planet for you. So that means it has this potential and power that, okay, when we talk about ethics and the morals, there might be a compromised situation over there, but the material things will come. So I mean to say, if you are connected in the fields of social media, or like you are a journalist, or you are a freelance self-employed person, so this is going to be a good time for you. I have generally seen that Jupiter has got good things to give to us in the life. Jupiter represents all the lucky breaks, and when Jupiter is strengthened in the 3rd house, so you will see that there is going to be a rise in the goodwill around your name. Like people around you are talking good about you, your good name and your good qualities are being spread. This is generally what happens, which pave path towards many opportunities, many business collaboration, alliance and all. The trust factor in the eyes of the public regarding your capabilities tend to remain very strong. So friends, Jupiter is going to be exalted. That means blessings will initiate many new auspicious events in your life. Now friends, the next date you have to mark is June 8th. So on June 8th, both the Guru, like Jupiter and Venus are going to be conjunct in your third house. So two Guru Tulya figure planets, teachers will give you the best guidance in the life. Now friends, in your case, because Jupiter and Venus is your ascendant lord. Jupiter in your case, if you will go by the rulership, so Jupiter is your 11th lord and the 8th lord. Right now Jupiter is also holding the task of giving answer for the Saturn as well, because Saturn is there in the sign being ruled by the Jupiter. So that means many opportunities will come to you during this time. So with this combination, and because Venus is also involved, which happened to be your 6th lord as well, so a win in the lawsuit or more career employment opportunities and being well guided in the life. Many auspicious beginnings can happen during this phase. Now friends, the next is in your case, on July 16th, Jupiter and Sun are going to be conjunct in your third house. So Sun happened to be your 4th lord. So that means prominent time for the realtors, especially even if you're trying to sell your property. So prominent time for realtors, politicians, and for job transfer. Generally movement happens in the life, from one city to another city, one branch to another branch. So job transfer possibility is going to be strong. Now friends, the next date you have to mark is September 18th. So on September 18th, your 7th lord, your 12th lord, Mars is going to transit to your third house. Now friends, on a superficial level, it looks like it gives us this impression that Mars in the Cancer is getting debilitated. See, with the presence of the Jupiter being exalted in the same house, this is going to be the cancellation of the debilitation. But friends, the blessing part over here is that, see, you have to understand that if Mars is even getting debilitated, for example, from one of the house ruled by Mars, like 7th house, it is 9th from there, from the 12th house, where you will find another zodiac sign ruled by the Mars, like Aries. From there, Mars is 4th from there. So friends, generally it has been seen that it is a kind of a combination where we say that your 7th lord is surrendering to the divine, to the Guru in that house. So if there have been some issues with the behavior of either of the person in the relationship, this could be your behavior, this could be your partner's behavior, you will get a solution of that. If there have been some dispute connected with property, with the own siblings, there have been issues of betrayal in the business by your partners and all, so you will get an answer for that. You will get a permanent solution for that. There will be purification and cleansing in that matter. So yes friends, that's all what I can say. It is going to be a very prominent time for the Taurus Lagna natives. And friends, on October 31st, in your case, Jupiter will get it will transit to your 4th house in the Leo. So beyond any doubt friends, this is going to be a very good combination, because from over here Jupiter will give its aspect to your 10th house as well, and because Jupiter also has got a rulership over your 11th house as well. So we generally say when Jupiter is in the 4th house, any of the highest of the wish you have for any domestic event, like buying your property, getting married, childbirth, in short, the whole family is coming together and celebrating something. So that could happen with this entry of the planet Jupiter in the 4th house. Obviously, it will benefit the politicians more, realtors more, but overall, it is going to be a very good kind of combination, and you can mark this date that there is definitely going to be high possibility of some auspicious event to happen in your life. And finally, friends, on December 5th, Rahu and Ketu, the nodal shift will happen. So friends, this is going to be a very prominent time, because Rahu and Ketu and their shift is the shift of the consciousness, awareness, our focus, and the destined fatalistic events, like events which are preordained. You do not have any free will over there. So now Rahu will enter your 9th house. That means it will give you many chance of fortune awakening because of the support of the foreign people. This could be in the foreign land as well. And Ketu in the 3rd house will actually cut down all those people, all those habits of yours which is not letting you bloom to your full potential. So yes friends, this is something which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs. Once again, thanks a lot for watching this video.